Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to SevTech Ages. So I said we were going to try to get some steel going today, and that is exactly what we are going to do. So getting steel is a very complicated procedure. So in order to get it, we need to make an immersive engineering blast furnace. Now blast bricks require nether bricks. Now unfortunately, nether bricks are a total pain to make. So if we go in here and we look up, we'll start with the blast brick. So the blast brick requires 4 nether bricks, 4 regular bricks, and a blaze powder for every 3 blast bricks. So the regular bricks and the blaze powder, we have tons of those, not an issue. The nether bricks is where it becomes a pain. So we need to put an unfired nether brick into a stoked kiln. The unfired nether brick is made with nether sludge. Nether sludge is made in a cauldron with potash and hellfire dust. Now we have gotten potash in the past. It is made simply by putting a chunk of wood in a furnace. Oh no, that's just regular ash. Potash is by putting a chunk of wood into a stoked cauldron. Wonderful. So not only do we need a stoked crucible, we need a stoked cauldron as well. But then we need hellfire dust. Now hellfire dust is made by throwing ground netherrack onto a filtered hopper with soul sand in it. And the filtered hopper is fairly simple. We need some sidings, some wooden gears, a pressure plate, a wooden pressure plate, and a corner. So that's not so terrible. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do to make that work. Now, one thing that I did do to help out between episodes is I put my weirding gadget here so that I could get this chunk loaded. And we have our entire stack of Buildcraft tanks full of creosote, so we don't have to worry about that. And we also have a lot of coal coke available now. So that's good. We still have a lot of coal here. Now I also went and did a little bit of mining between episodes, and we have a good amount of coal again. But also I picked up some more iron, a whole bunch more gold, some more copper, a bit more tin, and then lapis and redstone. So there was a few things that I mined. But let's go ahead and get in here and grab a few things that we're going to need to make this stuff. So we need the wooden gears. We need some sidings. Do I have any of those over here? Those are shelves. No. So I am going to grab a little bit of wood here. We have a bunch of acacia. I might as well take that. We will cut up some acacia into sidings and whatever the other one is, the corner block. So yeah, I am really happy having this flight. This makes life so much easier. So we'll go ahead and cut these into sidings first. Okay, so we have our sidings. We're going to cut 2 of these into the next one. So that gives us 4 of those. We'll cut these up into the smaller ones. So there we go, 8 of those. So that's plenty of all of that stuff. And I'm kind of hoping that we can automate this stuff later on. So gonna try that if we have time as well. So let's go ahead and get in here, smash our face, because hey, smashing our face is fun. So what else did we need for that? Let's go ahead and go back through this again. Such a pain. Alright, and a wooden pressure plate, which, yeah, we have a bunch of those over here in the redstone box. So we'll grab a couple of those. I'm actually going to make 2 of these hoppers. So we need the wooden pressure plate here, this here, these here, and these here. That's going to make our filtered hoppers. Now later on we will be able to do a couple other things. How did I get the hibachi achievement already? I don't know. But so we are going to get this stuff first, the concentrated hellfire or whatever it is. So I also went into the nether, got a little bit more netherrack, and yeah, that chest is overly full. We are going to have to start looking at some better options for... Oh, geez, that is kind of annoying. But we are going to have to start looking at some better options for storage. Now, I am grinding up some netherrack here, and we can hear the death sounds of ghasts. God, that is... no. Okay, so we're going to go over here a little bit away from that. And guess what? This is noisy too. So we are going to put this here. We're going to put some soul sand in it. What? Okay, how on earth does this work? What? Okay, so... Oh, okay. We have to put it there. So, can we just put this in here? No, of course not. We could put more soul sand in there by the looks of it. So now we need to take this stuff and toss it in here, so we can hear the sounds of ghasts. Oh, jeez! Okay, I did not expect that one. So, Ghast, huh? Now, how can we keep this filtered hopper from breaking, then? I don't know. But we did not use any of the soul sand, oddly enough. Strange. So, it looks like we did 8 there. So let's go ahead and go like this. Oh, really? Why you gotta be like that? So... we caught 4 of them. Hey, guess what? I can fly too, you know. I'm not flying very good. Okay, so I can kind of see why Wandering One did this down at the bottom of the world. Okay, we need... oh, God, everything's burning. Okay, we need to get away from here very quickly. Get away from here so that he doesn't mess with us. We need a bow. Where's my bow? That's not the bow that I want. That one will work. Arrows? Are you kidding? We don't have any arrows on us? And then on top of that, we're drowning. My mill is burning down. We gotta put out fires. Oh God, this is a disaster of megalithic proportions. Oh God. Really? Oh jeez. Well, you know, I was thinking of tearing this thing down anyway, but this is not the way that I wanted it to happen. Well, goodbye. I don't want these trees to go, though. And I definitely don't want it to reach over to the other buildings. So, let's see. Do we have... yeah, we have an axe with us. Let's at least get some of this other stuff out of the way so that it doesn't spread this way. We might be able to chop some of this back and keep it from spreading further. Thankfully, the bottom of this place is stone. Okay, so can we get up here? Ah, it doesn't burn... it doesn't burn up above. Interesting. Okay, so we're getting closer. Let's chop some of these logs out of here. Get back out onto the roof. Oh God, this is a disaster. Can I please put this fire out? Ah! And on top of that, we got the gas screaming below us. So I guess this is a good time to tear this thing down. I was thinking to tear it down anyway because it's going to be in the way for the immersive engineering buildings. So I think that's all the fire, I think. So unfortunately our inventory is completely full. I'm going to just drop some of this junk off in here. Whatever. It's a mess. And I see why the inventory is full. So yeah, we'll grab this stuff. So where did that ghast go? I hope he despawned. That stupid little butt. So yeah, this thing looks like ruins now. Floating glass is kind of interesting, but whatever. But so yeah, don't do that out in the open, especially not next to a highly flammable building. We also ended up with some holes in the ground now. Oh, what a mess. Ghasts. I tell you, I should have known better than to put a second one. Oh well. He seems to have gone away, which is fine by me. So, let me regroup a little, and I will be back. So trying this again in a place that is not as flammable. Yes, suffocating a wall. Serves you right. So, yeah, it's just doing this over and over and over. Okay, that time he didn't suffocate in a wall. Spawned somewhere, but it doesn't really matter. So we'll just continue doing this until we have used all of this up. Still suffocated. Ha 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 ha. So we do need a lot of this, so that's why I'm continuing to do this. Really? So last one. So we now have 64 of those. And I am not worried in the slightest about those guys. They can stay there, they'll despawn. So, yeah. Be very careful with that. Really? Oh, ghasts, I tell you. Alright, so now that we've done that, we need to make a little bit of the concentrated hellfire. Is that? Yeah, concentrated hellfire, so that we can make the hibachi. Now, I know from watching Wandering One do this, do not put this hellfire dust in a stoked cauldron. It is a very bad idea. It will explode. So this should slowly turn into the concentrated hellfire. So it takes 8 of them. Yes, it is very slow. But so to do that, we need 3 concentrated hellfire. We need a heating element, which is pretty easy to make. Redstone and some stone. So let's go ahead and make the heating element while we're waiting for that. So the heating element takes some type of string, and I suppose we'll just take a vanilla string. Good enough. We need a blaze powder, and the last thing was what? Redstone. And we need another piece of redstone as well. So we'll grab 2 of those. This is pretty easy. Oh, that is a shaped crafting of all things. Really? No. We have to put it in a cauldron. Oh, you guys. Why do you have to make life so difficult? Alright, well, this is going to take a little while. Going to take care of it, and I will be back after a little bit. So, I hope I've got everything to continue going forward here. So, we have what we need now to make the hibachi. So, we can grab that, and we're going to place it right here for now. And what this thing does, when you give it a redstone signal, it puts out fire. Now, I don't know if I like the idea of having it here inside of a wooden building, but we are going to need some power, some mechanical power. So, actually, I have that in the wrong spot. We will grab that. Give me that. Thank you. And we're going to break this. We're actually going to place it right here. So that will be down there. So now, one thing that you can see here, I have a pressure plate here. And I have redstone underneath there. Now, when you supply a gearbox with redstone, it shuts off. So we can see now the axle is not spinning. If I move off, once the redstone is gone, it starts spinning again. So to make this hibachi work properly, we need some bellows to blow into it. So the bellows are made with some wet tanned leather, a wooden gear, and 2 leather belts and some sidings. So the leather belts are made with slime and leather cordage. So we have what we need for that. I had some wet tanned leather or wet tanned hide that I had actually saved for this specific purpose way back who knows when. So we now have the advancement bellows, and when we place this here, we can see it immediately pulls down. So, and actually I think it faces whatever direction we are facing. So if we place it here, we should see a hole there, and when we step on this, it will pop up and down. So that's kind of nice. So now we need to set up the actual kiln that this hibachi will heat. And as far as I know, we just need to go like this. I believe that's all we need to do. So now if we turn this on and go like this, the fire turns blue. So we may want to set up a little bit of a redstone clock there so that this can just go up and down, and then we can turn this on and off at will. But so now we have our stoked kiln. So let's go back to our blast brick. So the blast brick, nether brick, nether sludge, potash. Okay, so we are going to need a stoked cauldron now. So we actually need a cauldron. Alright, so we need an unfired clay bowl, put it through the kiln. Alright, that's pretty easy. Let's go ahead and go make that. Unfired clay bowl. So we need a little bit of clay. Nope. Alright, unfired clay bowl. I believe that's just like that. Yep. Unfired clay bowl. Throw the rest of that back in there. We'll drop this in our kiln. And yeah, we need to get some of this stuff very much cleaned up. So we'll just put this in there. That should not take very long. And we will have our new cauldron today. There we go. Alright, so we have our new cauldron. Let's go ahead and head back over here. And so for a temporary deal, we are going to remove this brick. Okay, that went in there. Whatever. We're going to place that there. And let's grab some logs. I forgot about that. So we need a couple of logs. Just a couple. We don't need too much of this stuff. So, logs. What kind of logs do we have a lot of? I've been chopping up a lot of them. So we have a lot of birch logs. So I think what I'm going to do here, I am going to grab my bronze lumber hammer. We're going to chop a bunch of this down. Because, yeah, this is going to catch on fire otherwise. And I just, for some reason, I don't like that idea. So, now let's get up here, grab that stuff. Even though I really have no use for a little bit of that, I'm not the type of person to just waste resources either. So we will go ahead and drop these logs in here. We'll turn this guy on. And yeah, we'll sit here and do this for a little bit. And like I said, I think I'm going to make a redstone clock here. And I'm just curious how long. Okay, so that goes for a while, but not forever. So we might have to keep this running. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I'm going to make a redstone clock here. And get this thing to where it's functioning properly. So a couple of things that I figured out here. One, if this bellows moves too fast, it will pop off, and anytime that the hibachi loses the blue fire, it stops functioning properly. But so now we need to take 5 of these potash and 20 hellfire dust and put it into our regular cauldron, and that is going to make 20 of these nether sludge, or not 20, 40 nether sludge, because we get 8 from each one. Now that should be enough, once we smelt those into nether bricks, to make 30 blast bricks, which is 3 more than we actually need. But unfortunately, because of the way the recipes work, that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, now once again, we are waiting for this thing to get done. So much waiting in this process. So I took down the cauldron, replaced it with the brick, so we have the crucible now. And I made a whole bunch of the nether bricks and did this off camera because this is a ridiculously slow process. So you place in the unfired nether brick, and then it slowly cooks. Now, one thing that I did find out about the hibachi, and this is very nice, the fire from the hibachi will only burn blocks that are right next to the fire. So that is kind of nice. But we now have 36 nether bricks, which is enough to do this. We're going to turn this off. Wandering One is here. I was AFK for a second while I was doing that, so yeah. I'm sure he'll understand that. So yeah, no, that wasn't because of that. But so we got a whole bunch of advancements from that. We got the filtered hopper, the hibachi, the bellows, the potash, and the nether brick. We are now ready to go on to making our blast brick. So we have everything that we need to make this. 27 blast bricks. There we go. So blast bricks. Let's go ahead and head out here. And we'll just set this up right next to the whatever coke oven. And grab our engineer's hammer. And there we go. Blast furnace. Nice. So now we need a little bit of iron, some coal coke, and we will slowly make some steel. So yeah, this is really exciting. We are able to get steel now. So yeah, a lot more waiting. So let me see how long the episode is, decide whether or not we're going to try to do something with the steel yet, or if we will just call it good. So we do have just a tiny bit of time left, and so we are going to look at the first use of that steel and some power. So I want to make the press, the metal press. And to make this thing, we need a heavy engineering block and a redstone engineering block. Now, to make that redstone engineering block, we need some redstone alloy. This is made with molten redstone alloy, which is made by alloying constantan with glowstone and redstone, and the constantan is nickel and copper. So I've got all of that stuff in here. I've already made 8 ingots of constantan, and I'm adding now a little bit of this, so we get 8 ingots of molten redstone. If I add 4 more glowstone and redstone, we'll get 8 more. But we're going to go ahead and take that, and let's grab ourselves a casting table and a channel. Drop these back in there. And then we're going to grab our ingot cast. We don't have an ingot cast? Really? Are you kidding? We don't have an ingot cast. Alright, well, I guess we will grab a little bit of gold. This stuff will melt pretty fast. So we'll drop this in there. Gonna run over here to the immersive engineering stuff real quick because I threw all the bricks over here. We're just gonna take a regular brick because that will give us our ingot cast. So drop this guy in there. Let's go ahead and switch over to the gold. Pour that out. So that will make our ingot cast. And now we can pour out, it was 8 ingots, right? Yes. So we'll go ahead and pour out 8 of those. Don't quite have enough for a block. And actually I'm going to grab 4 more redstone and 4 more glowstone just so that we can clear the smeltery out. So we'll grab 4 of those. 4 of those. We'll drop them in the smeltery. And we won't have to worry about this anymore, because it'll clear that out. So how many of those do we have so far? This is going to make 3. And we need 4. So let's pour 1 more. Alright, now we need to make these into plates. Go ahead and drop those in there. Grab a hammer and bash it with a hammer. Whoops. I think I bashed it a little too hard. Good thing I got what I need. Alright. So we've got 4 of those. Oh, we're probably going to need some steel. Yeah. Alright, so to make these, we need a vacuum tube. I think we have those in here. Yep. What else did we need? We need iron plates, not steel plates. Might actually have some of those over here somewhere, because I know I made some of them. But I think we still are going to need some steel. Yeah, we have some iron, but might need some steel. So, yeah, I'll make sure that I have everything to make the rest of this, but we're going to make this real quick. So there's our redstone engineering block. That is 1 block so far. So let me get the rest of these ready to go, because we still need some steel scaffolding and a heavy engineering block. But I guess really quick before we do that, let's grab this out of there. And there we go, steel ingot. So did that open anything else up? No, I didn't figure it would. So we're kind of just at a standstill at the moment. Get all this stuff together and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have everything set up here. First off, we have the steel scaffolding, 3 steel ingots, 3 steel rods. These are done just like all the other rods that we've had, where we smash these on the stone anvil from a steel plate, and the plate comes from smashing an ingot. Pretty simple, so we'll grab those. Next up, we have some steel mechanical components. 4 steel plates, 2 copper ingots, and we'll need both of those for this next recipe, which is the heavy engineering blocks. So these take 4 steel ingots, 2 pistons, 2 steel mechanical components, and an electrum ingot. The electrum ingot is 1 gold and 1 silver will make 2 electrum. That's why I have 2 of them in my inventory. And then finally, to power this thing, we are going to need some low voltage wire connectors. Terracotta and copper, that's going to make 4 of those. And then also we're going to make the low voltage wire relays as well, and we still have some of the wire coils set up from before. So we're going to go right here and we are going to set this thing up. So we need scaffolding blocks there and there. We need a redstone block, or a redstone engineering block right there. A little bit of Z fighting out of that thing. We need the heavy engineering block up here. Wow, those things have a lot of Z fighting on them. And then finally, we need to place our piston here facing down. So that is the entire setup. Now we just hit this with our... Oh, nice. So do we have to hit the engineering block? Oh, whoops. Forgot one more thing. Conveyor belts. So we need these to be going like this. And then again like that. And there we go. So there is our press. Now to power this thing, we need to put a wire connector there. Wait, that is actually the redstone input. The power connector, I believe, is actually on top of this thing. Yep. So let's put a power connector there. We will take and connect one of these low voltage wires to that. So we're linking to that block. Now we will bounce up here on top of this thing. We will place one of these, and I am really wondering if these guys can put out power. Okay, yes, good. They can put out power out the side. I was beginning to wonder if it was only going to work out of the top. But so now we'll link this here, and now, oh, I was getting hurt from the wire. So we are going to want to make some insulated wire there. But yeah, so this thing actually has power now. Now, in order to make it work, we actually need to get some plates on this thing. So if we look at some of those, if I can find them here, right here. So we have molds for plate, gear, rod, bullet casing. Wow, that's something new. Wire, packing 2x2, packing 3x3, and unpacking. So there's actually not as many molds as there were in Technode Firmacraft, but granted, a lot of those were added because of the Technode Firmacraft forging. But so like the 2x2 packing will make a 2x2 block, so I think we could turn smooth stone into stone bricks doing that. And the 3x3 packing will take ingots and make them into blocks. The unpacking obviously will do the reverse. But so how do we make these? So we need the metal press molds one, which is a steel plate and some die and paper. And then we have to go into here. That's steel plates and wire cutter. What? Okay, so it just cycles through and you get to decide which one you want. But so yeah, I'm gonna have to make that stuff and make some mold plates for this thing. And we shouldn't have to worry about using that stupid little anvil anymore. Wonderful. But yeah, that's it for this episode. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on, be sure to leave that down in the comments. Make sure you check out Apache and Wandering One. Links are down in the description, and I will see you next time. Bye.